Hello friends. So this is part B of unit number 6 of analog communication. In the first part we already defined pulse amplitude modulation, pulse width modulation and the pulse position modulation. So in this part we will define how to convert the analog signal into how to convert analog modulation techniques in terms of digital modulation techniques. That is to generate how to generate a pulse code modulation. So to generate or to convert analog modulation techniques into digital modulation techniques, there are three important steps are there. One is nothing but the sampling process, second is nothing but the quantization and the encoding. So to convert, there are three important steps that is called sampling, uh, quantization and basically third one is nothing but the encoding. So we will discuss these three steps in a detail. Okay. The sampling process. So what is the significance of sampling process? Sampling process basically convert continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal, and this is the first step to convert A to D, analog modulation technique in terms of digital one. For that case, the first step plays very important role, that is nothing but a sampling process, which convert continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal. Quantization is a process of approximation. We will come to that point. And the encoding. So these are the three steps we have to perform to convert analog to digital signal, conversion of A to D converter. So what is exactly meaning of a sampling theorem, or otherwise this is called a Nyquist theorem? As per this case, a band limited signal of finite energy which has no frequency component higher than W, where W is nothing but the maximum frequency of the modulating signal, which is represented in terms of hertz, is completely described by the specifying the value of the signal at the instant of time separated by 1 by 2W second. So this W and W, as I said earlier, maximum frequency of the modulating signal. This is general statement of the sampling theorem. A band limited signal of a finite energy which has no frequency component higher than W hertz may be completely recovered from the knowledge of its sample taken at the rate of 2W sample per second. So this is part number statement number 1, statement number 2. So if you are going to combine this statement number 1 and statement number 2, I can able to define the sampling rate, a sampling theorem. So 2W samples per second, Nyquist rate is equal to 1 by 2W Nyquist interval. I will come to that point. So this is the important point of the sampling theorem. The first one is, according to the Nyquist theorem, the sampling rate must be at least 2 times the highest frequency contained in the signal. That means 2 times of your modulating signal. Sampling theorem for a baseband signal, no frequency component higher than recovered from the knowledge of its sample taken at the rate of 2 times FM or 2 times W sample per second. So your final statement is nothing but this one, sampling theorem for the baseband signal. A baseband signal having no frequency component higher than W hertz or FM, where this is nothing but the frequency of modulating signal, may be completely recovered from the knowledge of its sample taken at the rate of sample per second, that is sampling frequency is greater than or equal to 2W. That means to get the perfect recovery of your original modulating signal without any loss of information, I should always applying sampling frequency should be always greater than 2W, where Fs is nothing but the sampling frequency and 2W is nothing but the maximum frequency of modulating signal. So to generate the undistorted waveform at the output of your in terms of modulating signal, I will always apply the sampling frequency should be always greater than or equal to 2W. Unless and until this condition is satisfied, I cannot be able to recover the perfect recovery of original modulating signal. This is the condition given by the sampling theorem for baseband signal. So this is called analog signal. This is nothing but a spectrum of this one. So this is nothing but a simple sine wave. For that case, this is a spectrum which frequencies vary from minus W to plus W. So this is a spectrum of your input signal. So frequency conversion property, as per this case, the multiplication of two functions in a time domain is equivalent to the convolution frequency domain. So this is nothing but the, as per this case, this is spectrum of the original M of t modeling signal. This is nothing but the sample signal. This is called a sample. This is called a sample signal. As per this case, that means these are the sample version of the analog signal. This is the spectrum of the sample signal. This is spectrum of the sample signal. This is, as per this case, the pulse amplitude modulated waveform. For that case, this is the spectrum of the particular pulse amplitude modulated waveform. This is W, this is 2W, 3W, 4W up to infinity, minus the 2W minus 3W up to infinity. So this is where W is nothing but the maximum frequency of original modulating signal. So this is called the spectrum of your pulse amplitude modulated waveform. So this is called a sample version of analog signal. This is called a frequency domain. So we will define all the three conditions as per the sampling theorem. Okay, so first condition. So first condition is that establish the relation between Fs and W. So first condition is whenever sampling frequency is equal to 2W. So whenever sampling frequency is equal to 2W, I can able to recover perfect recovery of your original modeling signal. Such type of spectrum I will get at the output of the circuit. So this is nothing but a spectrum of your pulse amplitude modulation, where I can able to recover the perfect recovery of original modeling signal because sampling frequency is equal to 2W. The case number 2 is that whenever sampling frequency is greater than 2W, at that case, the higher frequency component, the lower frequency component will be shifted toward the higher frequency component. So this is W, this is again 2W, this is 3W, this is called a sampling frequency. So such in terms of this one, minus Fs, minus 2Fs, minus 3Fs, minus 4Fs, where this is called minus FF, minus W, like that. So this is nothing but the spectrum of your signal having the sampling frequency greater than or equal to 2W. But if you're going to apply the third condition, whenever sampling frequency is less than 2W, that means whenever sampling frequency is less than 2W, where W is nothing but the maximum frequency of your modulating signal, the spectrum if you're going to observe here, so this is nothing but the spectrum I will get. So in that condition, I will not generate the perfect recovery of the original modulating signal. So in this case, if you're going to look here, when sampling frequency less than 2W, the lower frequency component will be get interface with the higher frequency component. So this is nothing but the interfacing, and this interfacing is nothing but the aliasing effect. Whenever lower frequency component will be superimposed with the higher frequency component, so this is nothing but a superimpose of your lower frequency component and the higher frequency component. So this is the part I will call as the aliasing effect, where lower frequency component will be get exactly superimposed with respect to the interface with the higher frequency component. So this is the condition of sampling frequency less than or equal to 2W. As per this case reconstruction, if I are going to look here, for Fs is equal to 2W, I can able to recover the original modeling signal. Second condition, when Fs is equal to, suppose it passes through low pass filter, I can able to recover the perfect recovery of your original modeling signal. So this is called a recovery of your original modeling signal, and this is the spectrum of your original X of t, original modeling signal. Second case, in case of second case, whenever sampling frequency less than 2W, so this is this one, this is a spectrum. If this spectrum is go to the ideal channel, so I can able to get the perfect recovery of your original modeling signal. So this is called a spectrum of your original modeling signal. So this is for your Fs greater than 2W. Again, it can be able to pass through low pass filter. I can able to generate the perfect recovery. Construction 3. This is very important. As I said earlier, that means whenever sampling frequency less than 2W, so in this case, this is called a spectrum. This is called original recovery, original signal modeling signal. We will verify it. When this condition is obtained, that is sampling frequency less than 2W, I will get this aliasing effect, where a lower frequency component will be exactly try to superimpose with respect to the higher frequency component. So this part is nothing but the aliasing effect. So with this case, if you are going to apply with the channel one, so this is not possible to reconstruct the original signal, and this condition is basically called as the aliasing effect. So different types of your sampling. The first one is nothing but the ideal sampling. So such type of sampling is basically called ideal sampling. So this is called ideal sampling, and this is nothing but the natural sampling. As per this natural sampling, that means this is called a natural sampling, and this is nothing but the flat top sampling. In case of flat top sampling, a flat top is often at the condition of your modeling signal. So this is a flat top, and this is flat top of the particular signal. So such type of sampling is basically called as a flat top sampling. So always keep in mind there are three types of your samplings are there. One is called ideal sampling. So this is called ideal sampling. Then this is called a natural sampling and a flat top sampling. Basically, ideal sampling is very rarely used in case of your practical purpose, while the natural sampling and a flat top sampling is trying to use everywhere in the particular practical. Quantization. Now we are switching toward how to convert analog modulation technique in terms of digital modulation technique. For that case, we already defined sampling process. The first step is come to the picture, that is called a sampling. Sampling as per sampling, which convert continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal. So this is step number 1 to convert A to D converter. The second important step is nothing but a quantization. So how to perform this quantization we will discuss. So by quantizing the pulse amplitude modulated waveform, the original signal is only approximated. Okay, so process of converting analog signal to PCM is called as a quantization. Since the original signal can have the infinite number of signal level, the quantization process will produce an error that is called a quantization error or the quantization noise. I will come to that point. What is exactly meaning of a quantization error and the quantization noise? Okay, but what you should always keep in mind that it is quantization, the process of approximation to convert A to D. So analog signal is converted into the digital signal by digital code. Analog to digital convert employs two techniques. Sampling, as I said earlier, the process of converting continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal. The number of pulses per second of the particular sampling process is basically called as the sampling rate. Then quantization, the process of dividing the maximum value of analog signal into fixed number of level. The process of dividing the maximum value of analog signal into fixed number of level in order to convert pulse amplitude modulated waveform in terms of binary code. So we are switching to convert A to D. So this is second step, that is called the quantization, plays very important role. As per this case, the quantization is a process of dividing the maximum value of analog signal. That means suppose I have one analog signal, so I will divide this analog signal into the maximum number of level to convert in terms of your digital one. For example, suppose I have one sine wave. Suppose that sine wave I will divide is a fixed number of level in terms of 4. So 4 means what? 2 bit, because 2 bit is vary from 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So there are total 4 possible state. So I can able to convert this in terms of 2 bit PCM. Same thing, suppose I want to apply the 8 levels. 8 levels, suppose the given sine wave I will convert in terms of total 8 number of level. 8 number of level means I will divide the particular sine wave in terms of total 8 fixed level. So 8 means what? 0 to 7. So 0 to 7 means what? It is a 3 bit, which is always vary from 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So this is called a 3 bit PCM. Now suppose the same waveform I will be able to convert in terms of your total 16 level, which is vary from 0 to 15. So that can be able to get the output in terms of 4 bit PCM, where the values or binary values or values always vary from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So this is second step, which plays very important role, that is called a quantization. So as per this case, the process of dividing the maximum value of analog signal into fixed number of level in order to convert pulse amplitude modulation in terms of binary code. The level often are called as a quantization level. A digital signal is described by its bit rate, whereas analog signal is described by its frequency range. Bit rate, that is called a sampling rate, multiplied by the number of bit per sample. Okay, so basically how to convert the what is exactly meaning of your quantization. So suppose I will call this is nothing but the modeling signal, then this is second one is nothing but the number of levels. So this is nothing but the sample signal, this is a sample signal, then this is a modeling signal, I will apply the sample signal, this is a sample signal, then this signal I will apply with respect to number of fixed levels. So in this case I will define total number of 8 levels, 0 to 7. So this signal I will divide into number of fixed level, as I will divide, I am dividing the total number of levels of 8, 0 to 7. So this is called 3 bit PCM output, which is vary from 00 to 111 in terms of binary code. So according to that, I will convert, I will obtain the binary code, that is by using the process of encoding. Okay, so this one is nothing but a sampling. This one, by applying this fixed number of level with respect to sample signal, is nothing but a process of quantization. And after applying this one, if you are going to obtain the codes, binary code, that can be able to obtain by using the process of encoding. Okay, we will define that one in detail. So this is 0 1 1 0 1 0, as this is 1 1. As per this case, this is nothing but the encoding process through which you can able to obtain the binary code. Okay. Demerits of digital communication. Digital signal may be very easy to receive. The receiver has just detected whether the pulse is low or high, because you are sending the information in terms of either 0 or 1 or the square wave. AM FM signal become corrupted over a much short distance as compared to digital signal. In digital signal, the original signal can be reproduced very accurately as compared to your analog signal. The noise may be changed the shape of the pulse, but not the pattern of the pulses. Due to this noise effect, the noise may be changed the shape of the pulse, but not the original information in terms of your binary. Okay, so we will discuss one example how to convert A to D. So as I said earlier, pulse code modulation, it is the first digital modulation techniques. First digital modulation technique, which is always obtained from the pulse amplitude modulation, which is nothing but the pulse analog modulation from the analog modulation technique. PCM is the method of converting analog to digital signal. As I said earlier, our aim is to convert analog modulation techniques in terms of digital modulation techniques. That is called the how to convert pulse amplitude modulation in terms of your pulse code modulation. So this is the first digital modulation technique, that is called the pulse code modulation. Then pulse amplitude modulation, quantization, unique code are the steps. That is the sampling process, quantization, and the encoding are the three different steps. So this is nothing but the simple block diagram of your PCM encoder. So this is called analog signal. For this analog signal, you are going to apply with respect to three different processes. Sampling process, which convert this continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal. Then this quantization is a process of approximation. So this is the process of approximation. This is nothing but the sample signal with your number of fixed number of quantization level. Then this is the process of encoding. So this is the pulse width modulation having the pulse sample signal. So at the output of this one, it can be able to generate a digital form. So this is a digital form of the particular analog signal, so that it can be able to convert analog signal in terms of digital one by the process of applying three different conditions: sampling, quantization, and the encoding. Nyquist rate 2 into maximum frequency. Nyquist rate, that is 2 into maximum frequency. So Nyquist sampling rate as per the low pass and the band pass filter. Okay, so this is a small example of your pulse code modulation. I'm going to convert the pulse amplitude modulation in terms of your pulse code modulation, and this will be generated for the 2-bit PCM. As this is a 2-bit PCM, maximum possible conditions are 4, which is vary from 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So I will divide the particular analog signal into 4 fixed level of quantization level. So this is nothing but the modulating signal. As per this case, I will define this is nothing but a sample signal. So this is the sample signal means what? We are converting this analog continuous time signal in terms of discrete time signal. Then I will apply the total number of bits is equal to 4, because my aim is that I want to convert this pulse amplitude modulation in terms of your 2-bit PCM. So I will divide this signal into total 4 quantization level. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So these are the total 4 levels are nothing but the quantization level. As per this quantization level, I will generate my output in terms of always 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. That is in terms of 2-bit. So if you are going to look here, this is the first level, second level, third level. What is exactly meaning of your quantization error? Quantization error. So in this case, this is the first level where this first sample value is exactly this one, where voltage is equal to 1. But with respect to second quantization level, this is voltage is equal to 2. At that case, your sample signal value is equal to 2 above the particular voltage. Initially it is 2, but this sample signal is above the 2 voltage level. For example, suppose this is, I will call it a 2.2 voltage, because this is sample signal. At this point, this is approximately 2.2 voltage. So difference between 2.2 minus 2, because original should be 2, because as per the quantization, this is 2. So at this case, it will be 2.2. So 2.2 minus 2 is equal to 0.2. So this is nothing but a quantization error. So up to this case, even though I will get the 2.2, I will consider it is voltage is equal to 2, because it is less than 2.5. Okay, now for third case, if we are going to look here, suppose this is called a sample value of the particular modeling signal, but in this case your quantization level is above that case. Now this is a voltage level 2. Now in this case, this if you are going to look here, approximately voltage level is equal to 2.8 again. So this is at 2.8, 2.8 minus 3, again 0.2 different, 0.2 voltage is different there. So this much error I will call as a quantization error. Again, I will not consider this voltage is equal to 2.8. I will consider that voltage is equal to 3, and for that 3 is equal to 1, 1. Same thing for this 2.2, I will consider 2, and for that case that voltage is equal to 1, 0. Okay, so this is called a process of approximation, and this is called a quantization error. So this is step number 3, that is called a quantization. So how to convert this in terms of digital one? So I will apply the process of encoding. So step number 3 is nothing but the process of encoding. So this is called sample signal. This is called sample signal. It is goes from here. Then up to this one, it goes here. Look here. I will not go directly here because this is a 0.2 error is there. That is called 2.2, for example. So I will consider 2. So this is called assign the closest level. I will not consider 2.2. I will consider 2. So from here I will go here because the next sample point is here. I will go here. This is not, I will stop here because the maximum level is here. I will go up to this case. So again from here, this is again go back up to this case. I will not stop here because this one, same thing I will perform this one. Okay, so this is called the process of approximation by using the quantization. Each quantization level corresponds to the unique combination of bit data. The analog signal is transmitted, stored as a stream of bit, and reconstruction when it is required. So look here, initially 0, so that's why it is called 0, 0. Now with respect to this case, voltage level 1. So this is 0, this is 1, that's why it is called 0, 1. Now from that case, if you are going to look here, this is nothing but the 1. So this is 1 and this is 0. This is 1 and this is 0, that's why it's called 1, 0. From that case, this is 1, 1 because this is a 3. This is a 3. 3 means what? 1, 1. After that, it goes to 2. 2 means what? 1, 0. After that, it goes to 1, 0, 1 means what? 0, 1. And after that, it goes to 0, 0. That's why it is 0, 0. Okay. So you are going to convert. This is 1 because this point is obtained at this 1. So this is called 0, 1. This point is obtained at 2. That's why it is called 1, 0. This point is obtained 2.8, but 2.8 I will not consider 2.8, I will consider 3. That's why it is mentioned 3, and like that. So any modulation techniques can be get converted in terms of digital one by the process of sampling, quantization, and this encoding. So this process is basically called as the encoding process to convert a given analog signal in terms of binary. So this is the conversion rate. So this is for through bit. Now this is for 3-bit. I will divide the given signal in terms of total 8 number of level is equal to 8, which is vary from 0 to 7, which is vary from 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Same thing. I will convert in terms of binary. Same thing I will try for 4-bit also, 5-bit also. PCM generation and the reception. That means, as I said earlier, modulating signal, sample, quantization, encoder. I can able to generate the digital one. Suppose I am to record initial one, quantization, decoder, and the filter. Again, I will generate the message signal, reverse process. So what are the merits of digital communication? Digital signals are very easy to receive. The receiver has to just detect whether the pulse is low or high. Amplitude modulation, frequency modulation signal become corrupted over the much short distance as compared to digital signal. In digital signal, the original signal can be reproduced very accurately. The major difference between analog and digital communication is that in case of analog, you are sending your information in terms of your analog signal. In terms of digital communication, you are sending your information in terms of digital pulse, either 0 or 1. So as you are sending your information in terms of 0 or 1, the digital communication is more secured as compared to your analog modulation techniques. This is very important advantage of your digital communication. Right now, whatever the applications you are going to use, starting from your mobile, your television, satellite, whatever the conditions you are going to use, in that case, there are only digital modulation techniques are used. Nobody trying to use the analog modulation techniques. But you should always keep in mind, for the generation of digital modulation techniques, analog modulation technique plays very, very important role. So this is the first step to convert digital modulation techniques by using analog modulation techniques. The signal loss power as they travel, which is called attenuation. When amplitude modulation, frequency modulation signals are amplified, the noise also get amplified, but the digital signal can be cleaned up or restore the quality and amplified by the G generator. The noise may be changed the shape of the pulse, but not the pattern of the pulse. Is very important point of the in case of digital communication. Okay, thank you. So this was the part of your this one.